The Cowboys and the Knights. It's Super Saturday here on Fox League, and it's the Cowboys to receive as they bring it back here. Haven't lost to Newcastle in this part of the world for a decade, or just about a decade, and Jason Taumalolo gets his first run. There'll be a lot of eyes on him this afternoon. Only the 4 runs last week. It got one early here with Helam Lukey, followed up by Jordan McLean. So that is a strange record. I suppose not too strange that the home side dominates in this matchup, but 10 games in a row, whoever is at home wins. As comes out to Nane. With Robson jumping in at dummy half and McLean going in for a second run. 12th year of the NRL. This is an excellent opening set here as they crack halfway. And Townsend with a decent chase coming through. Very confident catch by Kalyn Ponga.
It was a good set for the Cowboys to start the game. Got to the Newcastle 40, and if there was an area where Newcastle let themselves down last week, it was the middles. The middles were comfortably beaten by Canberra. It was Papali'i and Tartmany who really won that battle, and I'm sure Adam O'Brien's spoken to the Saifiti brothers, Leo Thompson, Hetherington, about winning the battle against this Cowboys middles, which won't be easy. Taumalolo, McLean, Ruben Cotter, Griffin Neame coming off the bench.
This is Kai Pearce-Paul. This is the man they have such high hopes for. Super League Grand Final winner with Wigan last season. And it's Hastings in the headgear. Jacob Saifiti, now regular starter with brother Daniel on the bench. Crossland onto Elliott. Good pushing forward here from Newcastle as Leo Thompson over the 30. Here's Crossland again, feeding it onto Elliott. There's Hastings giving Pearce-Paul an opportunity that's snuffed out quickly. Back for Hastings. Haven't seen Ponga in this set yet as it goes down to Thompson. And it'll come down to this final play with the Knights in front of the posts. So it's Gamble. And they tried to fool the Cowboys and show that that was going to Ponga when in fact it went to the front man, but well handled by the hosts.
Well, it's a play that worked for Newcastle in the first half against the Canberra Raiders last week, with Ponga sweeping around the back. Tyson Gamble hit that man Tyson Frizzell with a short ball, and he scored a try. Didn't work that time against the Cowboys, and they get a penalty to make matters worse for the Knights, and the kick finds touch. Well, oh no, it doesn't.
Magnificent. That is extraordinary. That has been kept in. An incredible jump up there. Have a look here at Kalyn Ponga.
Just got his hands to the ball before his right foot touched the ground outside the field of play, but that's a terrific play there from Kalyn Ponga.
Well, the Cowboys were devastating last week off moments like that when they received penalties, but it's an early turning play there for Newcastle with a little bit of momentum to start the afternoon. As Hastings providing for Adam Elliott, this time running into the line. So Newcastle quickly get through their set with 1 play remaining. This time it's Hastings putting up the kick, and not easy for Feld. He had a couple of errors last week, but that's a good catch. Let's take you down to our man Brent Tate on the sideline.
Good afternoon, Dan. Good afternoon, Brandy. Well, it's been a buzz all week here with the first home game, so great crowd in. Just on the conditions later, it's been pretty stifling here today, but it's cooled down a lot this afternoon. But under the NRL protocols, they are allowing all the trainers on the field at all times so they can run the water out. Cowboys super impressive last week. Knights obviously desperate for a win, so looking forward to this one.
Indeed, thank you, Tatey. And there's a bit of second phase play. Helam Lukey winding up briefly. Strong tackle around the knees there from Tyson Gamble. Now Cotter for Taumalolo.
Bit flat-footed there, Jason Taumalolo. Wasn't ready for the pass from Ruben Cotter. Slowed things up for the Cowboys.
And now a deep one here from Chad Townsend, an awkward one. And, oh, Kyle Feld almost gave Ponga a taste of his own medicine there and just couldn't quite get far enough to bat it back in. And that's Newcastle ball. Kyle, one behind the great Matt Bowen on the all-time try scorers list. The North Queensland thought he had it last week. and he knocked the ball on over the line, but the record is so close.
Well, he had to battle himself to get his first grade spot. Sammy Valemay, who arrived at the Cowboys midway through last year, scored a hat-trick on debut for the Cowboys, held the spot, looked like Kyle Felt, who came back into the team late in the season. But he would have spent the off-season head-to-head with Sammy Valemay and has won the starting right.
Crossland now with a sharp run out of dummy half. Hastings jumping into that dummy half role briefly. Leo Thompson, this is a good start of the afternoon for him after Canberra kept him so quiet. Gamble goes high and end over end. Again, a little awkward. Oh, but the bounce is rather innocuous in the end. So the Cowboys will get this back.
Yeah, very close to the sideline. And never easy when you're the defending fullback or winger and the ball lands so close to the sideline, whether to make a play at it or not. Drinkwater just allowed that one to bounce, and fortunately for the Cowboys, it went over the sideline. But heart in your mouth just for a moment.
They're trying to impose himself was Tom Jenkins, the young winger from Newcastle, former Panther, making his Newcastle Knights NRL debut. There he is. So we've seen him in games often when Penrith have rested players, and he's always seemed impressive, Tom Jenkins. 5 tries in his 6 games. So now it's Robson to Tamalolo. A quick pass to Deard, and Deard copped a whack after passing it, but that was all legal as Holmes puts it down.
We're going 0.
Poor error that from the Cowboys.
Yeah, and unusual. Last week they were very good against the Dolphins, and a big reason why they got to their 43 points, that 90% completion rate. Holmes just takes his eye off the ball.
Jacob Saifidi is Newcastle again, back inside Cowboys territory. So Hastings goes short to Pierce Paul. Cool, gangly, and tough to put away. Hastings on for Leo Thompson. So setting things up here with 2 plays to work with. Ponga lurking on the left. As it comes now here. Oh, 6 again. Ponga dancing and stepping and straightening and threatening. Crossland to Thompson. Comfortably handled by Lukey and Robson. Back it comes to the open. Elliott on the angle. And he can't get the arm free there. Locked up by the 2 Cowboys props. Tidy play the ball. Thompson tries to do it down the middle. Cowboys absorb their 4th tackle here. Where it comes to Hastings. On to Ponga on the angle. Holds it up. Slips the desperate pass. Marju work to do. And that's off Cowboys' hands. But they've done very well, the home side, to keep their line intact.
Well, with Kalen Ponga with the ball in his hands, it looked like Newcastle were going to be crossing the line. The ball bounced. He tried to find Marju on the full. There's the run from Ponga, cutting back behind the ruck, and here's the pass. Just couldn't get it away, Marju, and it was Kyle Felt hanging on to Marju by his shorts.
So ball played on the 10. Can Newcastle cash in on this positive opening? 7th run from Leo Thompson. Hastings, Ponga, quick hands, nice shovel best. Marju, chance, has to hurl it back in, and Newcastle do well to hold on to it there. That was best. Retaining possession for Newcastle. Jacob Saifidi.
Well, that was a try saver from Scott Drinkwater there, stopping Marju.
Yeah, threatening the pass here and bouncing off the first tackle. Oh, Hastings there, a little bobble and an intercept. And Taulagi is away, and he stopped as if he was waiting for the ref to get involved, and then the ball just squirts out. What a bizarre chain of events.
Well, Jackson Hastings juggled the ball, and it looked like it was going to cost the Cowboys. Just that little juggle made the defence stand still, and all of a sudden it looked like Newcastle had a chance. Just watch it unfold. Does well to hang on, and then Gamble had Jenkins on his outside, and Murray Taulagi under pressure goes for the ball, not the man, and comes up with a play, but then loses it back to Newcastle.
Does have a habit, Taulagi, of just being in that perfect position for for passes like that, but Newcastle get another chance. It's Gamble sending it on to Thompson.
That's a lot of ball down this end of the field for Newcastle.
Hastings linking up with Ponga on the right this time. The pass to Frizzell. Well read. Lukey there, along with McLean. Back for Elliott. Elliott there, straight into Cotter on the 10-metre line. As Crossland goes left, Hastings again looked like he had a little juggle as he holds onto it. This could be quite the important play in the context of the game coming up, as Best to Crossland. Crossland here to Gamble. Gamble, that's going to float into the in goal. And well done, North Queensland Cowboys. And look at them, straight on the march. It's Holmes with the tap on the 0. 28 tackles absorbed in their own half, North Queensland.
And that's almost 5 sets, 5 full sets inside the 20 for Newcastle, and haven't cracked the Cowboys' defence. Valentine Holmes did a great job there to get that back foot in the in goal, didn't leave in the air from the field of play to make sure that they got a 7 tackle set.
Here's Drinkwater pushing forward. And then dancing around Elliott. Elliott just hangs on by the back of the jumper and needed the help of Crossland. Looking for the quick play, the ball's the Cowboys. Early ball, Name. Well contained. So the first real four-way down this end. Cotter to Dearden. Oh, he ducked under one there and he got clipped high by Gamble.
Completely understand.
The referee just saying he understood what Tyson Gamble was saying. He was almost on the ground then, Tom Dearden. Gamble came in to make a regulation stop, and Dearden had dropped a good 12 inches. Penalty sufficient.
And they're going to go for goal. They're going to take the early 2 here. Perhaps, Brandy, just deciding let's take a few extra moments here to catch our breaths after just doing nothing but defend.
Well, they've just tackled on their own line for 30. They've just made just about 30 tackles on their own line, so you can certainly understand them just slowing things down, taking a breath, hoping Valentine Holmes can get the 2 points and then restart.
Cowboys coming off a fabulous win against the Dolphins. Certainly made to work hard in these early moments. So Val Holmes much was made of his record against Newcastle over the years as a Cronulla player and now as a Cowboy. 11-1 with 15 tries. His next best against an opposition is 9 tries, so he really has profited, particularly in those Cronulla days. And oh, that is wayward. That's a poor miss from Holmes, certainly by his standards. And we remain scoreless.
Jackson.
Well, they got their rest. They just didn't get the 2 points. Just tugged it left.
And the Knights go long here. The Cowboys will come back. In the end, it might be a blessing in disguise, but 2 points down the gurgler. Oh, a little bit of niggle there between Pierce, Paul and McLean as it's quickly spread out to Holmes. Dane Gagai there, he's got a job on his hands today. McLean, rather Taumalolo. That's a good, powerful run. 25 away now. Townsend on for Drinkwater. Double cut out to Felt. Pushing Best away, but nowhere for Felt to go. There's Labert. Tossing it in for Townsend and Cotter. Straight and hard. On this last. Townsend rolling it in. Well weighted. And helped out there by Tyson Gamble. This is good control for North Queensland. Getting some good field position and forcing...
well, they'll force the drop out. They'll force the drop out. It's whether the Knights have got a good short one in them. and can try and regather possession and negate the kick from Townsend.
You see the blood there that might require some attention. And that has gone. The 10 pretty well weighted. Pretty well weighted. Now, that may have come off the Cowboys.
Off Cowboys. Play the ball.
The desperation of Taulagi was the giveaway. And that's brilliant work here from Newcastle. Yeah, that's the thing about the modern day, Brandy. It's all well and good to force the line dropout, but you've got to get it back.
Just not what it used to be, the forced dropout. When you got kickers that can put it on the spot like that, every chance of getting it back. Marju, who was great for them last week against the Raiders, 23 runs over 200 metres. Got through a power of work.
Gee, it's a good night here on Fox League. Not only this one, which does threaten to be highly competitive, to, you've got to say, pretty evenly matched sides. Then it's Melbourne and Warriors. Warriors 14 losses in a row against the Storm, but they'll fancy their chances tonight. No Munster again, no Asava Solomona. That should be a good one. It was a great one last year on Anzac night when the Warriors gave Melbourne a real scare. But here are the Knights now, back to where they've spent the majority of this game. There's Gamble out to the right, running Leo Thompson. He's already had more runs here than he did all of last week. Dearden left on the ground, but he's okay. That's a loose one that doesn't give Hastings much choice but to take the tackle. That's the 10-metre line for the Newcastle Knights. Ponga gets inside two of them, but no panic from the Cowboys. Robson around the ankles. Last. Gamble can't thread the needle. Dearden comes up with it.
Well, he got it through the first line, but Tommy Dearden read it beautifully there. He's throwing himself on the ball, making sure it doesn't reach the in-goal area. Again, having to defend tackles inside their own 20. There's the play from Dearden. Great save.
And that stat growing there. Okay, 18 tackles now inside the North Queensland 20. Oof, wild one there from Robson, but now Dearden picks it up. Holmes straightens into Gagai. Tardy set that from North Queensland, and Townsend goes for distance, but Ponga is going to get close, in fact beyond halfway.
We're getting close to the 20-minute mark, Dan. Can Newcastle take advantage of the field position that they've had and come up with points?
Well, as Brent Tate told us, it's we do have these conditions here that won't mean a 20-minute drinks break. It's not that bad, but trainers on the field. Oh, Elliott straight down the middle. Elliott goes all the way, and finally the Cowboys yield. Adam Elliott has scored, and Newcastle finally on the board.
Well, that's what he offers the middle for Newcastle. A bit of speed, bit of footwork, Adam Elliott. And he ran straight at Scott Drinkwater, who'd come up in the line around the ruck. He identified the fullback and took him on and just ran straight past him. Drinkwater comes up into the line, not fully committed to the tackle, and he's brushed away by Adam Elliott there. No cover from the inside. Helam Lukey fended away. He got close enough to make a grab, but couldn't stop Adam Elliott, and they do make the field position and possession they've had down this end of the field count.
So Elliott, not a noted try scorer, but that's a good one to get them going. Adam Elliott, he was asked last week whether the Knights believe their own hype over the off-season, and he said, no, we just didn't handle the ball. That was the problem against Canberra.
14 errors last week against Canberra, 7 each half. They gave themselves very little chance to stay in the fight. Leo Thompson and Jacob Saifidi, 16 runs between them. So that goes to show exactly what sort of chat went on last week in the build-up for this game. As Ponga makes sure of it to lead 6-0. The Middles would have got a rocket up for their performance last week, and they've answered Adam O'Brien with a great start, and Adam Elliott, part of that middle, scores the opener.
Signs are good. Down to you, Brent Tate.
Yeah, it's a really poor miss there from Scott Drinkwater. Watched the Cowboys last week. They started with plenty of energy, but today that energy's just not there. They're inviting the Knights in with plenty of errors, and they want to start to really aim up here because the Knights are looking physically good. They're running hard through the middle, and that's a great run by Adam Elliott.
Certainly was. So finally, they've franked the form of the first 20 minutes. Jake Granville, you see, has entered this game. Sapping conditions. So all that defence, how much will it tell towards the back end of the game for the Cowboys? Jacob Saifidi continues. This is Jenkins. Crossland. With Frizzell lining up here, going down the edge. Granville around the waist. And Holmes there with Dearden to help. Elliott, the try scorer. Looking for the quick play the ball here. Crossland. Thompson. So the Knights complete another set. That's one thing they've done well today, as well as a few other things. And Felt. And comes down with it.
Now, Pierce Paul just had to stop on his run there. You would think that he'd be some sort of target for a crossfield kick for the Newcastle Knights. Pierce Paul at 6'6".
Oh, Drinkwater. Fingertip control with that offload. Robson. Ooh, and then Jacob Saifidi saw the ribs and he took them. That's going to hurt. Cotter. That was a forward pass. Geez, that's not the first poor pass from Reece Robson out of dummy half today. And you heard the call instantly from the touch judge.
Well, it made it easy because the line, they played the ball on the 40-metre line. As we have a look at it, just in front of it.
He might look perplexed, Bruce, but
no argument.
There's no case there.
Front foot.
And again, Newcastle handed pretty good field position.
Well, Brent Tate mentioned it. Poor completion rate. 6 sets is all they've been able to get through.
Front rows of the Knights continue to lay a platform there with Jacob Saifidi adding to his numbers. Crossland, he'll be looking to run soon as it comes from Campbell. Way to Hastings. Crosses the 30-metre line. And now an outside-inside. Well, someone yelled forward there, and it mightn't have been the touch judge. Elliott. Oh, having a look there was Tyson Gamble. He saw one of the big units, I think it was Helam Lukey, bearing down on him. And Gamble, he took his eye off the ball.
It wasn't a great pass there from Adam Elliott. It went behind Gamble. He had to reach behind him, and you're right, he had one eye on the ball and one eye on Helam Lukey. But it should have been a better pass from Adam Elliott in that sort of situation. A rare error.
Let's go, 10 seconds. Need you bound.
That the Knights have made in the opening 23 minutes.
Just their second.
Hold there. Right.
Penalty. Well, it seems like the Cowboys are just barely hanging on here. But now with this penalty from the scrum, they could put a little bit of pressure on. Only down by 6.
There's not many play the balls on the other side of halfway for the Cowboys. Just over a set. There it is, 9 tackles. And I'll get a few in this set as Labor plays the ball on halfway.
Now Tamalolo. That's better from Jason Tamalolo. Strong run. And then draws the penalty as well.
Your hand. Phoenix's hand.
A real chance now for the Cowboys to build something. Phoenix Crossland penalised, just hands on the ball.
You see Townsend making sure that goes into touch after what happened early in the game with Ponga raking one back in. But here we go, North Queensland. Oh, little trick play, but the tackle for Marju has ironed out Nane and jolted the ball free.
Well, off his wing just to close things down. Little trick play by the Cowboys back down the short side. And if the pass finds Kyle Felt, well, he scores the try. Just couldn't get it away quick enough. Advancing quickly was Greg Marju. And now they give away a penalty. Boy, that's not great from the Cowboys. Oh, just got his arms caught up. He couldn't deliver a regulation pass, but that was because Marju came at him at speed.
Gamble gets plenty of metres here off this penalty.
He saw it unfolding and did something about it, Greg Marju.
So Newcastle again on the attack. This is Pierce Paul. Now the number 16, Jack Hetherington.
No, back-to-back penalties then. They played the ball twice, the Cowboys.
Hastings to Gamble to Ponga. And Holmes all over him. Shutting Ponga down, Val Holmes. Gagai going into dummy half and Daniel Saifiti into the game. With Crossland for Elliott. Hetherington running the line. Granville, important. Last, Crossland tries to do it again, but he was too smart for them. He's gone into markers who weren't square. Perhaps they weren't inside the 10 either way. Here come the Knights again. And now Gamble, his eyes lit up. Inside pass, Frizzell over, but he didn't get it down. That is a great save from Connor. A bit of help from Dearden as well.
Well, he needed the support play to arrive a bit quicker there, Tyson Gamble. Had his arms free looking for someone. Ended up finding Tyson Frizzell, but that gave the chance for the defence to converge as they did to stop it. Jack Hetherington, only a few plays earlier, had his arms free.
Crossland keeping it around the middle here. Elliott's put it down. And they're off the hook again. And now, what have they got here? Dearden. Well, we know he can run. He takes a chunk out of the turf as a player. They take it out in back play. It appears they have. And that was Murray Taulungi, who was on the ground briefly. Doesn't appear too affected by it.
He's happy with what he's done.
Yes.
Just stayed on the ground. Adam Elliott just trying to push the ball. They blew a couple of chances there, Newcastle. Their support play just not ready. Half a yard off the pace.
That's the play where they got the ball back and then the penalty as well.
Up square!
So just the 6-point lead here. At some point the Cowboys will feel emboldened by that. The fact that they're only down by this slender margin. Griffin Neem with Robson. His second run for the afternoon. Dalmalolo and McLean, their first stint done, 4 runs apiece. With Granville on the 40 and another set restart. This could be very handy as Drinkwater lurking around the middle. Frizzell with a good tackle. Now Fine-Fuiaki. He's a big boy. Kulikefu, Fine-Fuiaki on the 20 as Dearden. Early ball, Neem. Neem keeps it going to Townsend. The double pump now, Drinkwater fashions a pass which has gone a couple of metres forward. He tried to get it around one Newcastle player, away from the other, and in the end, it certainly looked to be a forward pass.
Yeah, there did seem to be bodies and arms in the road of the pass from Scott Drinkwater. He held it up. It was Marju who flew in again, and he had to wait until he'd gone past to get the pass out to his winger, Kyle Felt, and the ball's gone forward. So you look at what both sides have been guilty of now at either end of the field, just making mistakes, not nailing what the execution of their plays, and giving up chances to add points. For the Cowboys, their first points.
We'll check on Helam Lukey whether that was a change that was coming or if there is a problem there in the second rower. Daniel Saifiti.
Movement off the arm.
So just the one try. Adam Elliott pouring down the middle to score against some tired defenders. There's Ponga. Pretty good job on him, the Cowboys, to this point. Every time he's looked to get involved. Plenty of depth on that kick, but drink order now. And bring it back. Let's get some news. Helam Lukey. Brent Tate, down to you.
Yeah, Dan, I did watch Helam Lukey limp off the field. He's gone straight up the tunnel. It looks like a lower leg injury, but with his injury concerns, let's hope it's a positive outcome.
Geez, I hope you're right there, that it is positive for Tatey. ACL a couple of years ago, facial fracture last year. Really positive signs last week, but hopefully we'll have some good news or better news a little later in the coverage. As now Griffin Neame straight down the middle, but his men overran him. Both passes there looked a little dicey, but we continue. Townsend plays it. Last, Dearden. Plenty of defenders out there. Holmes kick, comes away to Dearden. Dearden's going to go for it. Dearden's going to score. Dearden poaches another try, but it's going up as no try.
Okay.
Something has piqued Adam G's interest here.
We're on tackle 6. I've got no try. Can you see if Tom Dearden's offside?
Now,
We're going to have a look and see if Tommy Dearden's offside.
remember, well, is he offside?
Oh, well, he'll be in front of the kicker. He is. You can't. You've got to have both feet behind.
Yes. So this
We
is the
can
more...
see from this angle that Tom Dearden is in front of the kicker. We'll play on.
So we had one last night. We were looking at whether a
And then he takes
downtown rule should have been
possession.
implemented,
Decision made.
but this is just the traditional offside. And the Cowboys there, that was frantic, and there were 2 dead set forward passes to play before, but
Well, it was a lovely ball from Chad Townsend that put Griffin Neame into space. Griffin Neame was swung around as he tried to deliver the pass back on the inside. Well, he just went a little bit too far. The ball was a metre forward. Then the next pass might have been half a metre forward.
as if they don't look threatening, the Cowboys, do they? But they just don't. They just haven't had enough ball down that end.
Up square! Hold your front foot.
They've made 40 plus more tackles, the Cowboys, than the Knights have had to make.
Go 2.
As Jenkins bringing it forward here. Bradman Best.
Hold! Release!
We signed in January until the end of 2027. Not going anywhere anytime soon. Marju.
Release! Let go!
Well, I just thought coming into this game that it would be a high-scoring affair with the attacking players both sides have at their disposal.
A little trick play here. Ponga. Gagai beats Taulagi pointlessly, and then Dearden scraps and makes a terrific tackle. Last here for the Knights. Ponga takes on Neame. Neame does well. Ponga slips the pass. Gamble, not much room, rolling the kick, and that was a little ambitious. Cowboys 20-metre tap, 7 tackle set.
Front foot!
Just a bit heavy. I think it was Griffin Neame that made the tackle on Kalen Ponga there and had to be made. If Ponga gets around Griffin Neame, all of a sudden the space opens up around the ruck. There's the gamble kick. Tried to angle it towards Thomas Jenkins, just too heavy.
There's replays for Harvey Norman. Hearing from Tatey, Helam Lukey, ankle. Ankle is the concern there. Oh, Holmes, another unforced Cowboys error. Boy, Holmes' hands letting him down this afternoon.
Chad, move!
In Newcastle, yet another set begins inside North Queensland territory.
It's a couple coldies dropped, Val Holmes, this afternoon. Very unusual, but it's put his side under pressure again.
6 more!
8 errors from the Cowboys. And here's a set restart for Newcastle with Hetherington going up centre field.
Break it up! Yeah.
Hastings on for Daniel Saifiti.
Chad, let go!
They open up this left side there. With Crossland going to the left side. Ponga, it opens up for Ponga, but there was a problem. There was a problem. Kai Pearce-Paul. And the Cowboys again let off the hook.
Both sides guilty of it in attacking positions, just getting the execution of their plays wrong. Pierce Paul running in front of Kalen Ponga. Well, there goes Chad Townsend down, and that's an easy one for the referee. Midway through the set, they turn the ball over.
The Knights don't go on to win this game. They're going to rue these opening 32 minutes. Just coming up with the one try.
It's almost what happened to them last week. They made 4 line breaks to 0, yet trailed 8-6 at half time. And then second half didn't go the way they wanted, and they went down comfortably to Canberra.
Griffin Neem.
Move, Phoenix!
There's Robson now for Townsend. Fetiaki. Cowboys up to the 20 now. Comes to Neem again. Oh, that was Cotter getting in the way. No advantage taken, though.
Hold Jack! Sharp! Sharp!
So on this final tackle, it's Drinkwater. Felt coming through. The bounce. That's a live ball, and it's grounded there by Hastings.
Well, there was a wall of Newcastle players there. No one wanted to catch the ball. They allowed it to bounce. Very dangerous. Labert knocked back by Hastings. Ball is live there. You got Nane and Townsend close to it. In the end, Jackson Hastings done a good job.
Jeez,
just to shut things down.
Labert not far away. May have been wise just to keep the hands in there, not put it down. Ponga, he got this so right a little earlier. It's gone the distance again, and they've got it back again. Gagai now. Can he get away from Dearden? Well, he does eventually. Stays alive, pushing away. Then he shrugs off Holmes. Oh, the old man still got it, Dane Gagai.
Oh, that's a great kick and a take from Dane Gagai.
Now Ponga.
Just by the shorts again, Ponga, almost around Chad Townsend.
Geez, they didn't come up in an even line there, but Ponga, they just did enough on him. Pierce Paul. Cowboys have done a job looking after him as a threat. Jack Cogger in the game as the backup dummy half. Hetherington keeps it going. Cogger now with room up the middle. The grand final hero on the 30.
6 more!
And 6 more tackles. Geez, that could be expensive. That was on tackle 4.
Well, he earned the right for a quick play the ball there, Jack Cogger. Griffin Neem just didn't give him the chance to do it.
Elliott. Daniel Saifidi straight into Townsend. Neem down low on the 10. So many tackles left here as Cogger goes to Elliott. Early ball gamble. Back for Frizzell. And Frizzell, he underarms it. The offloads are flowing now. Cogger for Gamble. Sideways back to Gagai. He started all of this. And captured short of the try line with 3 tackles left as Jack Hetherington fancies his chances. This is desperate defence from the Cowboys and not the play there. Cogger with the grubber. Cowboys stay in the field of play.
They still had one up their sleeve. Jack Cogger opted to kick the ball. Oh,
no.
They've come up with an error.
No. It's an error from the Cowboys.
Shot clock on.
The 10th that they've come up with.
Well, Todd Payton at the moment would be thinking, with 10 errors, we deserve to be down by more than 6. So if they can somehow sneak in at half-time, only down 6-0, I think Todd Payton would be pretty happy with that, but they've got a set which is going to start with a scrum in the middle of the field.
4 minutes to go, clock running in this first half. And that's Kalen Ponga. Got to think he's going to be plenty involved in this set. Looking at that Nane tackle, the error on him, but probably a relief. The way he went down, the way he twisted into the ground, that he seems more than okay. There's another Cowboy that's in the injury history, but right now it's the Knights. Ponga oscillating left to right, and it comes left, and Hastings dropped down. So Cogger for Hetherington, and And there's an offload from Hetherington. And now Cogger almost grinds his way over.
Take your step back, Jack.
Hetherington's offloading is hurting the Cowboys. There's the short pass, and Elliott's got 2. Adam Elliott has got 2 tries. And it's a pass from a big forward.
A makeshift dummy half.
Jack
Hetherington. Incredible. Just holds the ball up long enough. Adam Elliott bursts onto it, and somehow Hetherington's able to sneak the ball through a couple of Cowboys there and get Adam Elliott his second try. You just thought it was coming. Another set to Newcastle, another error from the Cowboys coming out of their own end. And here's where it started down the other end of the field. Ponga drop out, gets the rebound. Gagai breaks tackles, and many times that man is the hardest player to tackle in the game, Dane Gagai. And then just watch Jack Hetherington here. Just holds the ball up slightly, bang. Splits 2 players.
That's Cameron Smith stuff.
Bullet pass in between Townsend and Nane, and Adam Elliott scores try number 2. And I guess when you look at the numbers, Dan, 30 tackles inside the 20, 60 tackles compared to 18 tackles. The other side of halfway, they've had a mountain of possession and field position, and I guess 10-0, soon to be 12, is more reflective of the dominant play that Newcastle have had.
And that looked like a pretty relieved Adam O'Brien we saw in the coach's box. I think he enjoyed that try with Hetherington laying it on, and Adam Elliott getting a double. And 12 points to 0. The task gets a lot harder now for North Queensland. And then again, we talk about how it started with Gagai and his run, but it was an error. It was a drop ball from that dropout. The error's really starting to pile up. Elliott. His last double was 2017.
And he did such a good job to catch that ball. Like they would have disappeared for some momentarily in between those 2 Cowboy players, Nane and Chad Townsend. So great stuff from Adam Elliott.
Stay on.
2 minutes left now in this first half. Very silent Queensland Country Bank Stadium.
Queensland square. Wait.
Go back to Churchill Studio after this. Start to get you ready for the big one down in Melbourne. Storm against Warriors. Look at this game. Oh, that's Hetherington. Boy, he's been tremendous since coming on. Cogger feeding it. Here's Paul. Granville just holding on. Elliott. Only had 13 tries in 144 games before today. Well, he's added 2 to the list. Deep kick here from Hastings. See how the Cowboys play this. Do they try and jag one back? Well, quite adventurous, even from their own end last week. Filled. Oh, penalty. Well, they might have to get too adventurous. They're going to get a good crack at this. And Townsend. Oh, done it again. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? The errors the Cowboys continue to make. Tommy Jenkins joins Kalen Ponga as players in this first 40 to rake back penalty kicks.
Dan, that's something that might happen once or twice a year, not twice a game, not twice a half. 2 times in 40 minutes they've failed to find touch.
Oh, 2-point field goal. Hastings. Geez, got a fair piece of that. Looks like he sprayed it though. But boy, he did that effortlessly. As remember a couple of years ago, he kicked one on Easter Monday against Parramatta. And he certainly got the long ranger in him. And a bit of concern there for his shin. But that is a fantastic first half from Newcastle. The concerns from last week may have just been elated, certainly for now. 12-0 Newcastle. Adam Elliott with both tries.
Ponga a threat constantly, just hasn't been able to get himself in the clear, but if he has as many runs as he did in the first half, I'm sure he'll break this Cowboys defence open at some stage.
Credit to Newcastle and players like Adam Elliott. They've really rolled their sleeves up. We can talk about the Cowboys being a bit off, but the Knights have come here with real intent, and that's reflected in the scoreline. Second half begins. Knights have not won at this venue ever. They haven't won in Townsville for 9 years. And it's Daniel Saifidi with an effective run to start. Jack Cogger with a little bit of game time before half-time and providing here for a man who was also at Penrith last year in Jenkins. Hetherington. It's been hard for the Cowboys to handle. Now Cogger. Sprightly. Interesting seeing Todd Payton in the dressing room at half-time, not ranting and raving. He must have been disappointed by what transpired. Now it's Gamble going long. And Drinkwater. Ooh, almost slashing through. Brent Tate, we go down to you and some bad news for the home side.
Yeah, that's right. Hilam Lukey went off with an ankle injury. He won't return tonight. They have been pretty tight-lipped, the Cowboys, on the severity of that, but he won't return, so not good news for Hilam Lukey.
No, thank you, Tatey. So it makes their task harder, but also concerning about the weeks ahead. And now this is a good bullocking run here from Taulagi. It's been a solid opening set so far. Elliott shrugged away by Taulagi. Cotter down the middle. Bit of energy about this opening set from the Cowboys to this second half. Can they get the finish? Townsend putting it up, and Maju loses it. Here they come, the Cowboys. Somehow Felt has manufactured a pass that nobody saw except Chad Townsend, and just like that, the Cowboys are back in the game.
Well, he is a magician, Kyle Felt. How he got that ball away, I don't know. Greg Maju won the battle in the air. It looked like he had the ball, but as he landed, it came free. It fell into the hands of Kyle Felt. He had three Knights around him and somehow just slipped the ball underneath all of them. Maju spills it. There's Felt. He's got three players on him very quickly out to Chad Townsend. You spoke about their set. Well, it got them in a position to put up an attacking kick, Dan, and you'd hope there would have been a response after half-time, after a very poor opening 40 minutes. But what a start to the second half for the Cowboys. One set, one try as we continue to look at these Harvey Norman replays. Kyle Felt. Just watch it. Just sneaks it out. Maju, well, he was asleep. What was he doing? He just dropped the ball. He should have been able to shut it down.
Well, I thought that would grab your attention. Townsend there poaching one in the corner. Well, there you go. 12 points to 4. Yeah, it's disappointing for Newcastle. The Cowboys are rarity. They get to the end of their set near Newcastle's line and they get rewarded.
Well, a couple of big runs from the outside backs, Murray Taulagi and also Val Holmes, who didn't have a happy opening 40, spilled a couple of balls trying to do that, get his side out of trouble, but very good set. Got themselves in a position to put that kick up. And then the magic of Kyle Felt.
Well, this may loom large, this kick. Remember, he did miss a pretty easy penalty goal in the first half. This one's a tougher assignment to get it back to a one-score game. Holmes. And that one looks much more promising. It's there. The Cowboys make it a 6-point contest. And the veteran Kyle Felt coming up with another little moment of magic.
He was the only one that went up for it. Labert was thereabouts, but really didn't go for the ball. Maju, who's been good for Newcastle. He was last week and was strong in the first half, just couldn't handle it.
One of those wingers, though, that can be susceptible to the high ball.
That he can.
And two errors last week. And by memory, the first time they've done that, gone high to him, and it's because probably one of the first times they've had the chance to do that. So game on here in Townsville, and Griffin Neame is put down eventually, but Powerful run, and Hetherington penalised. Oh, look at the Cowboys now. They can feel it. They can feel something bubbling.
Well, whatever dominance they had going into half-time, Newcastle has disappeared pretty quickly. Early try from Chad Townsend. They win the penalty off the back of the kick-off, and they'll be in great field position again to put up an attacking kick, if not more.
It's not a great image there. Hill and Lukey in the moon boot. Noted the home crowd giving the Bronx cheer. That's always a bad sign when Townsend put that one out on the full after having 2 penalty kicks reeled back in the first half. But the Cowboys here, what a chance this is. Oh, Finu Feriaki, he's a giant. Put down here, that's got to be 6 more tackles. It is Frizzell with Robson zipping upfield. Cowboys instantly inside the 20. Now it's the Knights all of a sudden on the ropes. Townsend shows it inside and goes himself. With Granville there on his outside. Townsend. Robson, extravagant little head fake. And that's got Drinkwater to a tee. And Kyle Felt becomes the Cowboys' greatest try scorer. He had one denied last week. They won't deny this. And the Cowboys have scored 2 tries in 5 minutes. This game has changed completely.
Yeah, it certainly has. The dominance that Newcastle went into the break with has just completely disappeared. Kyle Felt levelling up with Matt Bowen as the greatest try scorer for the Cowboys. Scott Drinkwater, as Scott Drinkwater can do, floats a beautiful pass, dummy to the open from Robson, hits Drinkwater, realises that the Knights' defence is all jammed in, unmarked the winger, and Kyle Felt set up the first one with a great pass to Chad Townsend, now scores the second, and Val Holmes has a chance to square things up.
Well, we've seen the bad of the Cowboys today. Now we've seen the very, very good. Joins Matt Bowen, a Cowboys legend, and now Kyle Felt stands alongside him. Their careers overlap for 1 year. Kyle's first year in first grade was 2013. It was the last year of Matt Bowen's wonderful career. And it's a record he's had his eye on for some time. May well he be proud, Kyle Felt.
What a winger he's been for the Cowboys, Kyle Felt. He really is one of the great all-rounders when you're talking about wingers. The ability to score tries in spectacular fashion. He can get the ball down like not many wingers can, where there's no room, but he's got much, much more in his game. Great in the air.
Oh, here's a repeat of a couple of minutes ago.
Spot on.
The same result. Holmes starts it a little more left this time. No good. But they'll be delighted with this opening. 12 points to 10. Cowboys with 2 tries inside the first 5 minutes of the second half.
Yeah.
Brent Tate, down to you.
Yeah, Dan, well, I think the only positive to come out of the Cowboys' first half was they're only 12 points down. Todd Payton did remind them to play direct through the middle, earn the right to go around this Knights side, and they're playing with energy, the Cowboys. They are right back in this. Congratulations to Kyle Felt. What a player he's been, Brandy. He's been outstanding, a highlight reel for the ages.
He's such a good winger, Tatey, and for such a long time now, and in a battle for his spot. He's won that battle in the early rounds, and he was strong last week, as he has been this afternoon, and it's great to have him level up with an absolute legend in Matt Bowen.
And always in rugby league folklore. The try in the 2015 grand final. Look at this man. Kulikefu, Finu Fuiaki. What has happened at half-time? Ruben Cotter with purpose. Now Robson here. Off the slow play the ball. Oh, now looking to turn things around there. It is Daniel Saifiti sensing his team needed a spark. Oh, he's given him a big one.
Well, he just wanted to shift momentum, and something needed to happen. And they're on such a roll, the Cowboys. 7 minutes into the game, they've scored 2 tries. Daniel out of the line. Saifiti, did he make any? No, I don't think he did.
No, that looks the 2 angles we've had, albeit that one obstructed.
I think it's shoulder.
That looks pretty clean. Oh, look at him, Daniel Saifiti.
Well, why wouldn't he be too? Fantastic stuff from Saifiti.
Knights now shell-shocked after the last few minutes. Oh, there's a good start. Greg Marju. Granville just holding on. Here's Paul, shrugging away there for Nane. And then rushing past Cotter. Inside the 20, Newcastle. With Daniel Saifiti bumping it up on tackle number 3. With Elliott getting it on. Gamble out to Frizzell. Taulagi there racing in to cut off the out-the-back play. Ponga away to Gamble. A little dart, but well contained. Cotter and also Granville. Last play. It's Elliott. He scored 2. He puts in a kick. It's play on. Now the kick from Hastings. It's a try to Marju. Great creativity from the Knights, and Hastings on what would have been tackle 1 rolls in the kick, and Marju gets the try.
Gee, that had to be a delicate kick there from Jackson Hastings. The ricochet bounced back into the hands after an Elliott kick. Didn't expect him to be kicking the ball, and then that's a great little touch kick. Left-footed kick there from Jackson Hastings. Just sat along the ground. There's the ricochet, and what a strike rate. Newcastle, first time they've had the ball in the second half, they come up with a try off the back of the Daniel Saifiti hit on Jake Granville to turn things around, all the momentum. The opening 7 minutes has been all the Cowboys. 2 tries, and then the first chance they get, Newcastle, they score. Greg Marju, who started that set with a really strong run. Then it was Pierce Paul and Daniel Saifiti to get themselves in a position there. But a great touch kick from Jackson Hastings for that try.
Boy, that'll settle them down, won't it? They would have been just shocked by what transpired at the start of the second half. Basically all their lead, most of it wiped away, a couple of sets. Ponga with a chance to get Newcastle back to an 8-point lead. Well, hasn't the game woken up? It was perhaps in a bit of a slumber at times in the first 40. A lot of errors, particularly from the Cowboys. The difficult angle here for Ponga. And that one, Jed looks good. Kick. It's a brilliant kick from Kalen Ponga. And he silences the crowd. 18-10 Newcastle.
Well, just like that. They get back to 12-10. The Cowboys, I thought they went the wrong way because Ponga had shifted down the right. They ended up going left to Adam Elliott. He put the kick in. Probably not what Adam O'Brien was thinking, but they get the ricochet, and Jackson Hastings did a great job there to sum up the situation. Marju didn't panic when the ball stayed on the ground. He stayed composed, waited for the ball to get there. And it was off the back of a Fini Fuiaki run that looked like the Cowboys were going to just steamroll their way up the field, but it was Daniel Saifiti. Big defence. How important will that tackle be at the end of the game?
Gets them going here. Brent Tate, you've got some injury news regarding the Knights.
Yeah, we do. Jack Hetherington picked up a right ankle injury in the first half. They thought he might get through this second half, but he's gone off. I doubt that we'll see him back tonight.
That's a real shame. He's had some terrific moments in this contest. So Lukey out of the game, and perhaps Hetherington out as well.
Yeah, he's been strong. 10 runs for Newcastle, and threatened every time he had the ball, Jack Hetherington.
Comes here to Frizzell. That was the 4th change. Hetherington for Newcastle. Cowboys have used 3. Cogger. Hastings. And an uneventful set. That's a rarity in this second half. Drinkwater. Oh, great chase. Gamble and Gagai all over the Cowboys fullback.
It's what Gamble brings to the side, isn't it? Energy. Up in the face there of Scott Drinkwater.
Oh, Holmes puts it down. That's his 3rd knock on. And here come the Knights again.
I don't think I've seen Val Holmes drop 3 balls like he has so far. We're only 50 minutes into the game.
So Cogger on for Leo Thompson. He was outstanding to open the contest. As Cogger goes short side. Ponga, the cutout here to Best. Haven't seen much of Bradman today, and he's well handled by Felt. And gets up a little slowly, Bradman. Hastings for Thompson. And now Daniel Saifidi allowed to pass to Hastings. Frizzell can wind up. And Holmes holds on. Fuiaki hand on the ball, preventing the offload. Here's Hastings sweeping across. Elliott for Gamble. The front man. Oh, Kai Pearce-Paul, you can see he was poised to get rid of it. Last tackle. It's a short side play here, and Felt could only tap it out the back.
I noticed that about Pearce-Paul when he came on last week against the Raiders. A couple of times had that right arm through the defence looking for an offload. If you're a half in Newcastle, if you Gamble or Hastings, and Gamble's and Hastings on the left-hand side with Pearce-Paul, you'd be living in his pocket. You would not let him go.
Oh, he's caught that short. He's caught that short now. It looked like it was going to go the 10. And this will be a changeover here for Newcastle on the 10-metre line. But they're going to challenge it.
Hey, mate.
Nane could have been over the 10, but he might have taken it in the 10.
On-field ruling. It hasn't crossed the plane yet when it's Jeremiah touches it.
Oh, it's going to be hard to tell whether it's crossed the plane or not,
It's going to be a bad angle.
He's called it. It hasn't crossed
Cowboys
the plane.
kick chaser cleared as onside.
So he's definitely... Oh, boy. How could you say that?
Yeah. They might get an inconclusive. Now,
Just
actually
looking to confirm if Jareem Nanai touches the ball before the ball goes 10 metres.
It will be a penalty because he's touched it before the 10. This isn't a kick that's short. It's Nane touching it before it had a chance to go 10. I mean, he might have a case here, Brandy, but it's unlikely he's going to win.
Well, it's just impossible to tell.
It is
Based on all available angles, we'll be supporting the on-field decision of penalty.
Adam G's in a very good position. Look where he
their
is.
challenge.
I mean, those things are so hard to time. A split second later and he's fine.
You retain the challenge because he's just gone on live decision based on the angles. It's still a penalty.
Yeah, so
they'll get penalty retain
they get their challenge, but Ponga with ball in hand here.
They take a tap, don't they? They don't go from 8 to 10.
So just a reminder, yes, if the kick, because the NRL's trying to encourage short restarts, if it doesn't go the 10 on its own merits, it's a changeover, play the ball, but when it's touched, that is a penalty.
Yeah, that's the rule. It's if
All
you
right.
touch it prior
Well, they're taking so much time here, they really have to go for 2 in the end, and that's what they're doing.
If it goes out.
Interesting. Long time, though, we waited there for that decision, so...
They kick the ball out in the full, though. It's a play the ball.
Yeah, because it hasn't been touched. We're learning as we go here, Brandy.
What it hasn't done is worked for the kickoffs. We haven't seen short kickoffs.
No, we haven't, have we?
And we saw, Kafusi. Which one was the Cronulla player who was taken out off the kickoff?
So here's the kick, and it's 20 points to 10. So Newcastle inch out to a 10-point margin. Brent Tate.
Yeah, talk about momentum shifts in this game. That hit Saifidi did on Jake Granville, absolutely a game changer in the second half. Cowboys started with all the momentum. We know they scored 2 tries marching up the field, but all of a sudden the Knights well on top here and looking well in control. What a hit by Saifidi.
Well, he's turned this around.
Well, it could be the most important tackle of the weekend because the Cowboys 7 minutes of dominance to start the second half, which included 2 tries to get them back to within 2 points.
Cotter's come off, and Sam McIntyre, who was very busy last week, comes off the bench for North Queensland. Daniel Saifidi. Oh, he's lost it. Well, now he has a negative moment. And another twist in this action-packed second half. Comes to Granville.
Let go now!
Cowboys looking for their 3rd try in this second period. Fuiaki, look, 1, 2, 3 defenders have to come in. Oh, we almost got there. And a 4th defender had to race in. Dearden on for Townsend. Here's Drinkwater. This is where he cooks, but he's wrapped up nicely. Pearce-Paul. Now it's Townsend back in for McIntyre. Early ball Dearden. Back in for Holmes. Chopped down by Frizzell. As it goes outside, Best has rushed up and he's done brilliantly. Drinkwater gets a second crack at it, but the play comes to a quick end.
Release.
2 plays here for North Queensland. Neem. Final play. Townsend, awkward pass. The kick well weighted, but Ponga is out, but then back in.
But still out.
He is. His body is in the in goal, but the ball is
goes down the short side
and hurls it back. Look out! Oh, it's been put down. I think it's been grounded. That's shades of the 08 World Cup final.
Hey, mate.
What's going on?
Tackle 1. I got no try. We do have a knock-on from Jack Cogger in goal. Can you see if he grounds it prior to Jake Granville trying to do it?
I don't know. I'm thinking Cogger grounds it, and that's why the referee's gone that way. Dan Gagai goes down the short side. That was crazy stuff from Gagai. Then he knows he's headed across the sideline, so he flicks the ball back inside.
Dane Gagai offloads the ball.
There's
while
no
staying
one
in the field of
around.
play,
Cogger realises it. Oh.
Jack Cogger grounds the ball with the front part of the torso. Decision made.
Okay.
Yeah, he falls on it.
Well, he fell on it. He certainly didn't ground it with his hand,
No.
but line dropout coming. Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Well, they turned their backs.
Strength of Holmes, though. What about that? They just would not let Gagai. You could see he was desperate to get to the ground. That looks like a guilty man. Like he knows he got away with something.
Well, they've come up with results from short dropouts. Here's Ponga again.
And
not this time.
Not this time. So this is the new rule, Brandy. So this is the play of the ball because it doesn't go 10 and it wasn't touched on the way through. As though we don't get it downtown, we've got to explain again. Now it's steered and away here to Neem. Cowboys are pressing.
Get up, Phoenix!
This is turning into quite the exciting second half here on Fox League. There's Granville to Townsend, the short pass. Nane. Back to the open. Granville the decoy. McIntyre the runner. Felled by Daniel Saifiti. Robson again goes left. Neem. His eyes have lit up a couple of times near the try line. As it comes to Dearden now, dumbing. He is so dangerous near the try line. And just held on to. Hastings finishing. Pierce Paul doing early work. Oh, what about the anticipation of Ponga as Robson's kick was swallowed up.
Well, Jeremiah Nanai on the chase there and has a habit of coming up with tries from kicks, but Robson's kick just didn't get through. Well read there. There's Nanai flying through the space there, but Kalen Ponga does a job to clean it up. The Knights out of trouble. They want to get to their kick.
Crossland there with a handy run. Now the hit and spinner Frizzell. Seen that a few times over the years. Now it's last hit where Gamble sends it long, and it's actually pretty pinpoint in the end. Taulungi with Gagai racing up. Can't get enough of the back of the jumper. Still plenty of time. 2 tries to 1 in this second half. Cowboys still down by 10. McLean. Just over his 30. Now it's Dearden. Oh, there's a shot there as Fuiaki has it jolted free.
Was that Tyson Gamble?
It was,
Fuiaki back on the inside of Tom Dearden. It was Tyson Gamble putting the shot on and dislodging the footy. Oof. Right on the ball. Shoulder on the ball there from Gamble.
There's Ponga. Oh, Ponga almost splits them. Looking for the quick play, the ball, but it's been put down by Crossland. They did it too quickly.
Got to get up with balance and control.
Well, that's right. You can't lever yourself up off the ground using the ball. They're gonna challenge it.
Liam, tackle 2, on-field decision lost. He needs to stand with balance and control. Newcastle challenging.
This
Well,
is
Phoenix
very
Crossland.
subjective, this.
Crossland just couldn't handle the ball when he tried to take off.
So I guess we're looking for interference.
Well, the ball's on the ground, so
Caleb
it's
Ponga
open.
ball plants the ball while attempting to play the ball.
You plant
and
the
then
ball.
doesn't have balance and control. The challenge is unsuccessful.
You don't win the fight if you plant the ball down and use that as leverage to get off the ground. That's very hard for the decision to go your way.
That's them done with the challenge. Newcastle Knights.
I know what you're trying to say, but you know how we rule now.
That's it. Everyone knows how they rule now. You plant the ball, that's you don't win.
Unless it is absolutely blatant, Brandy, it's probably not wise to challenge. Probably not wise to challenge that one, unless the player knows there's an absolute leg pull or the ball's been kicked away. Holmes, first to carry it from the scrum. Melbourne Warriors coming up after this. Should be a beauty here on Fox League. And now penalty. Has the tide turned again? Frustration now for the Knights.
Well, that's silly too. A face run, a facial to give away that much field position. Kai Pearce-Paul, the guilty party.
And McLean. His 6th run. McIntyre. Saw a lot of ball last week, Sam McIntyre. 14 runs. Played to Robson. Back to Tamalolo. Strong run. So he does get a second stint here in this close contest where it's sent on from McIntyre to Dearden away Finifuiaki. Can't get it done. Gamble around the ankles. Gagai up top. But here comes the crash play. Dearden. Oh, he might have got that down. Tommy Dearden thinks he scored. Deadly near the try line. Tom Dearden gets the Cowboys within one score yet again.
Well, he can be like a front rower, can't he? Around the ruck, how powerful is Tom Dearden? And there did look to be a fair bit of space. The play the ball was quick enough, and the Knights' defence just couldn't jam in and fill the holes. And Tom Dearden just took it up like a front rower. Here's the penalty. And just the elbow over the face, and then the hand. Silly stuff from the Englishman. And on the run, Tom Dearden splits the two defenders. One was Leo Thompson. Crossland had to come in, couldn't get enough of it. And Dearden grounds the ball despite Crossland all over him, along with Leo Thompson. He's a powerful runner, Tommy Dearden.
So Dearden.
Well, their third try of the half.
(20-14). Holmes, one of his simpler ones. It was basically this angle that he missed the penalty goal in the first half. And he puts it through. So we're down to a 4-point margin and so much time to go. 20-16.
Well, Dan Jeezy's been impressed with this young kid, Finifuiaki. We see the speed of the play the ball here. Crossland just can't adjust. He's been a real handful, and Tommy Dearden, the skipper, goes over and gets his team within 4 points. But Kulikefi Finifuiaki, he is one hell of a player. He's made such an impact since he's come onto this field.
Yeah, it doesn't seem fair. You lose a player like Hurlem Lukey, and on comes Finifuiaki, who I think, Tatey, if you can keep Lukey and Nane on the field, I'd throw him on in the middle too. I'd let Finifuiaki, I'd just let him go. Look at him, how powerful he is.
And I don't believe he's re-signed beyond this year. So clubs like the Dolphins sniffing around to see if there's a possibility of getting a boom young forward. Tamalolo. Bit of energy about the crowd again. Been quiet for most of the contest. To that flat North Queensland Cowboys start. It's McLean. So Jed Cartwright in the game now, the former Bunny. First game for Newcastle. Oh, Nene threatens. Now links up with Townsend. Townsend takes the tackle.
Yeah, a bit of Nene footwork there, just in between the two defenders. The one hump pass to Chad Townsend.
Here's Drinkwater working the left side now. He called Fuiaki inside. Didn't fool the Knights defenders. Oh, Drinkwater stays down. Okay, so Drinkwater suggesting he might have copped one here.
Yeah. Last tackle when you're ready.
As we deal with that, Women's Origin heads here to Townsville June 27, and first time ever, thankfully, a 3-game series. So be there, witness an unreal display of real rivalry and athleticism. NRL.com/tickets. But that's great. Women's Origin, 3 games for the first time.
Under pressure, Marju makes the take there. Nice kick from Townsend.
Gagai.
There's a bit more energy in the
Isn't there just?
the Cowboys' defence now. This has been a tough set for Newcastle.
Hair of Thompson flailing. Now it's Cartwright. And tackle number 5, so not many metres here. Ponga. Quarter takes it comfortably. 16 minutes left. 3 tries to 1 since half-time to the Cowboys. Kyle Felt equaling Matt Bowen's North Queensland try-scoring record. Zach Labert.
And again, Jackson.
Tamalolo yearning for the ball.
Right side, whole Phoenix.
And before the last, Townsend puts in a kick here, finding the grass. Ponga has to race across and stays in.
Well, that's a good set from the Cowboys. Very simple, 4 good runs and a kick to the corner and try and force the error. If they can keep this rushing defensive line up, they'll force the Knights only travelled 23 metres last set.
So much time left, Brandy. There's no need to panic, and certainly not panicking at the moment, North Queensland. Just
No,
working things over.
Yeah, they can play field position, Dan, and just try and squeeze the life out of Newcastle. That's a good run from Jed Cartwright.
Indeed. Most of the 40. So a better set here for Newcastle. And this time Gamble is going long. And friendly bounce here for Labert. Haven't seen him at full flight like last week as he carries it here into Hastings. Now Drinkwater almost finds a big gap up the middle. Taulagi bumping his way up to halfway.
Yeah, good quick play the ball from Scott Drinkwater there, allowing Taulagi 15 metres.
There's no question the Cowboys on top here, but can they cash in? McLean, that's a 15-metre run. Townsend for Dearden. Dearden for Drinkwater. Now he does go back on the inside. But there's the Newcastle duo there waiting to meet Holmes, Crossland and Thompson. Crowd didn't like that tackle. Last, somehow it came to Taumalolo, but it's eventually put up. Marju comes down with it.
To the ball, he's to the ball.
A couple of catches in a row for Greg Marju.
Well, they've gone to him once and he's failed the assignment. This time, a couple now, he's been very good, and he'll have to be. They'll keep going to him with Kyle Felt up against him.
So clearly it's Leo Thompson's work there that grabbed the attention as Gagai rolling back the years.
So you had Ponga looming on the outside there. He just didn't look.
Now Ponga, inside Fuiaki, does well to hang on, the big fella. 2 tackles left here with Gamble. Wafting back and taking on Nane.
Last, yeah, Sam. Go.
Last. Ponga just lurking out the back here. Here's a kick, which is easily taken by Felt, but now it's Newcastle playing the field position game.
Go on.
Yeah, huge run from Dane Gagai through that set.
Out of here, blockers.
Booting a few tacklers, bumping off a few of the Cowboys defenders. On his way to a 40-metre run.
Fuiaki, his 14th game of first grade.
Hold in.
Now Taulagi, she's been good at this in the second half.
Now, I know Brent Tate said it cooled down a little bit, but I can imagine the players, they're feeling it now. Nearly 70 minutes into the game.
It's different grade. Oh, Caleb Ponga! An absolute shocker of an error. And it may have a huge bearing on the outcome of this game.
Well, just look where Newcastle were going to play the ball, and it was very close to halfway. It was a good set. He was looking to where the defence was and where he was going to run the ball. An uncustomary mistake from one of the game's best players, the Dally M winner last year, Caleb Ponga. Some pressure on his side now. The scrum 30 metres out for the Cowboys.
Oh, was going set for set. That was suiting the Knights. Did it. Out it goes Holmes, trying to create the overlap. Jenkins does very, very well.
I think Murray Taulagi scores.
Play the ball, red line, middle.
Jenkins just gets a touch to it. I know Gagai was coming across, but if he doesn't get his fingertips to that one, I think Taulagi's away. Dearden deep into the defensive line. Holmes, he might have had some work to do. Gagai was coming across, but still with chances now, the Cowboys.
And hey, this is the start of a set here, so plenty of time to set things up. They were down 12-0 at half-time. They weren't at the races. They get a set restart here, and they're inside the 10. Robson's got Townsend. Townsend keeps it going to Drinkwater. Goes deep to Holmes. Val Holmes scores, and the Cowboys are going to tie it up. But hang on. That happened a little too easily.
Okay.
Well, he pulled up on his run.
No try. I just want to see if there's an obstruction or a defensive decision.
It did come along very comfortably.
Fini Fuiaki is the player. Does he take out Tyson Gamble?
Cooley Kefu runs at the chest of Tyson Gamble
cuts back
and disadvantages the line. Decision made.
Val's body language told you immediately how that was going to transpire. Well, Newcastle, what a shock for them. They stay in front. Well, it was bubbling there, Brandy. I suspect they were probably going to score or get very close to scoring.
Well, it was going to be a big defensive set from Newcastle to stop them in that situation for the 6 tackles, Dan. Fini Fuiaki just couldn't find space on his decoy run.
A lot on the line these last 10 minutes. Knights, if they let this slip, will be 0-2. Cowboys 2-0.
That's a big run. Jacob back onto the field.
Murmuring there, that one given the all clear, that dummy half pass. And now Leo Thompson, they're rolling their sleeves up here as Thompson over halfway. Now back here for Marju, a bullocking run.
Well, that's a good set out of trouble.
There's Ponga sending it up here. Kai Pearce-Paul's going to put some pressure on here, and well, Drinkwater holds on to it, and it was a fair contest. Terrific catch from the Cowboys fullback. And trying to get an offside penalty here. So 9 minutes to go, still so much time. Zach Laban.
Gee, look at that take. The replay box showing the take from Drinkwater. Up against a very tall player in Kai Pearce-Paul.
Man, with momentum too, coming through on the run.
Hands above his head to take it.
Fuiaki in the middle.
They still need a lot to go their way. They can't afford errors, and Drinkwater has got the set off to a good start with that take.
They can't make it to halfway though. as it's sent to the air. Ponga comes forward. He might be a bit nervy after that error he made a few moments ago, but no problem here. Super Saturday going down to the wire, the middle game, as Bradman Best centres it. Knights have never won at this ground. Jenkins. Tyson Frizzell. Looks like his afternoon may well be over. Elliott. We've got one change left each, these sides, and that, in fact, was Newcastle's last. Here's the high one. No problem for Drinkwater, but he's at the wrong end. He slips past Elliott. Now they will be conscious of the time with under 8 minutes left. There won't be too many more chances. Felt. Scored some slashing tries from inside their own territory last week. Have they got one in him here? Oh, Elliott, careful. Oh. That's a massive call.
You get benefit of the doubt from Cole, but not grabbing on again.
Yeah, just that he had a second crack at Chad Townsend. That absolutely right. Adam G just left with no other choice to penalise Adam Elliott there. Get up now. Nah, just keeps the arm around the front of his shoulder and pulls him back down again.
Well, here we go. They crossed the line moments ago. Disallowed. Jordan McLean straight into Crossland. And Cartwright on the 30. Townsend. Drinkwater. Plenty of defenders out there. Toss back into Nane. Left side now, wide open. Where Townsend gets it. And goes to Dearden on the angle. Here's Drinkwater. Back for Holmes! No! Superb defence. Gagai. 2 tackles left. Dearden. Sideways. Around Pierce Paul. Nane. The flick. Laban. The dummy. And this time it's Best with the tackle. It was on his own, but he would have had work to do. Last play, biggest play of the game so far. Dearden, the chopper, and it's taken in the in goal by Gamble. They've hung on the Knights.
Oh, that's a great play from Tyson Gamble. Got his feet into the in goal area to take that kick. Didn't leave from the field of play. And what a tackle it was a Gagai and Jed Cartwright on Val Holmes, who I thought for all money was going to find his way to the try line there, with Drinkwater opening them up, just stretching the defenders and giving Val Holmes a run to the try line. Some desperation, both left and right. The edges for Newcastle holding good.
Gee, if they hold on, they've earned this, the Knights. Here's the big tackle. Gagai coming across, but Cartwright making early contact.
Jed Cartwright with the legs.
Now the kick here. And Felt leaves it behind him, and he hauls it in.
What a great place to put the ball down, right in the corner.
100%.
Got a long way to travel, the Cowboys.
Just the Knights cannot give away a penalty. As Drinkwater is swallowed up. We're about to cross the 75-minute mark. Taulungi with the offload. Now Drinkwater goes across here. And Holmes winding up, but handled by Gagai and Cartwright again.
Well, they've got to keep moving the ball. They can't just hit the ball forward.
Well, this is tackle 4 now.
Phoenix!
Robson for Connor. Here's Dearden. Beautiful pass. Finifabriaki. That's a live ball. And it should be 6 more. That's unlucky. But it's 6 more tackles.
Yeah, great play there. Great play, Cowboys. Got a little bit lucky with the last pass from Finifuiaki, but the little shift down that left-hand side had Newcastle under pressure. Taumalolo drags them forward.
Another chance for North Queensland. Townsend. Nane starting to really threaten on that right edge. Here's Townsend again. They let him run, and he makes it to the 20. Drinkwater floats to the left. Dearden out to the fullback. And he doesn't want to take a risk. Fifuiaki is one player that could do it on his own, but not here, and he might have been a little bit hurt by that one. 2 tackles, 15 metres. The kick from Townsend. Nene! Jeremiah Nene has scored what will be surely the winning try. And from 12 down, the Cowboys have woken up in the second half. And this has been a fabulous comeback.
I kept waiting for a Newcastle jersey to appear, but there was none around. Nene, the great scorer from kicks, and he's done it for the last couple of seasons. The ball movement here, Fifuiaki as he goes to ground, it looked like they might have been able to snatch it there through Tyson Gamble, but the Cowboys with a set restart, and Chad kicks it on the 4th play. And Nene, the great reader of kicks, chasing through, easy, all square with a kick to come.
He has scored in more than 50% of the games he's played, an outrageous record. None better than that. Now, there are 3 minutes to go, but have Newcastle got something in them to overcome what is shaping as a devastating early season loss?
Well, we're just talking about short kickoffs. We've seen line dropouts all afternoon, short, get a result. Newcastle will throw this one up, I'm sure.
Well, Holmes will not rush this. He will not rush this. Had he nailed the penalty in the first half, they'd be in front.
Their 4th try of the second half.
It's incredible, Brandy, the turnaround. So flat in the first half at home.
Well, what a roller coaster too. They come out the second half. The opening 7 minutes of the second half is all the Cowboys. They scored 2 tries, get to within 2 points. Newcastle almost bounced back immediately to extend it to 10.
It's the wrong angle for a right footer. Oh my goodness! He's missed it, Val! It's 20 points all! And the game very much alive.
Wow, 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 what a roller coaster. Absolutely unbelievable scenes here. The crowd are riding every moment. I thought there'd be some more twists and turns in this game. Watch out for the short kick off here.
Yeah,
Well,
got to
Val-
go short, don't they? They've got to go short. The Val Holmes kick just pushed it to the right. He's pushed it to the left this afternoon. Now he pushes this one to the right.
So tie game doesn't change your thinking. I mean, obviously the Cowboys can march it up and get a shot at field goal.
I think they're happy to go deep.
Yeah. But the Cowboys have shown they can make meters, certainly in the last 10 to 15 minutes. Here they come again. Well, now they've got to overcome the disappointment.
Well, you roll the dice and you get a short kick off wrong, you just turn the ball over at halfway, you're in.
Oh, Fifuiaki! Oh, that was almost a knock-on the 20. McLean. Now Hastings has got a massive boot if they get the ball back. And the Cowboys not really getting close enough themselves to have a shot. Drinkwater running up to halfway. So Newcastle do their job in defence. Dearden. Oh, little grubber. Oh my, he's taken it, but it's a changeover. And Tom Dearden's play opens the door for Newcastle.
Well, he wanted to kick that deep. There's halfway, so the Knights will be in a position to kick a field goal.
This is remarkable. 2 minutes ago, they looked gone. Now they've got a chance to win it.
He thought about running it, but by thinking he could run it, he took away his option of a long kick and only just got a grubber kick in. So
Hastings has game winners. Gamble's got 3 field goals in his career.
he's lost the ball. He's had the ball
Incredible.
stolen. Greg Marju, the Cowboys defenders dropped off and Reece Robson has pulled the ball free.
Oh, that's perhaps saved the game. You think how close they were going to get. And we look destined for Golden Point, but hang on. Don't sleep on the Cowboys here because McLean's over halfway. Val Holmes has got a monster of a boot on him. Will it go to him? It's going to have to come on this play, you fancy, as Taumalolo plays it.
This is it.
It's Val Holmes. Cartwright does well. Holmes evades. Gets a fair piece of it. Holmes just wide. And we are going to Golden Point. Oh, what about this?
Well, he got all of it. He got all of it there, Val Holmes. He had to sidestep the chase, but there was only one chaser because no one else wanted a piece of it. And he was able to get a kick away, but it was always headed right. But certainly got the distance from 45 out.
Oh, in the words of a great commentator, a foot like a traction engine. And Holmes thought he had it, but it didn't behave. It didn't go where he wanted it to go. 20 all, and Golden Point feels right because both these teams have had the game in their hands and neither has been able to finish it off.
12-0 at halftime, and Newcastle had all the ball and all the field position. They didn't score the second try until right on the stroke of halftime. The Cowboys come out and run a couple of quick tries in, then Newcastle assert their dominance and score a try. The lead did get out to 10. And that was the try that squared things up 20 all. Val Holmes with a very kickable.
Well, that would have been the irony of all ironies if he misses two sitters goal kicking and then he wins it with a 50-metre or 45-metre roost. And it would have been a two-pointer, obviously, but we go to extra time. Well, first time this year, quick refresher. 5 minutes each way. First to score wins, that's it. First to score anything. Storm Warriors coming up, but we've got some unfinished business here. Cowboys and Newcastle.
Well, hot and humid in Townsville and extra time, Golden Point.
Let's take this in.
We'll kick off. Okay, which way do you want to run?
Newcastle to receive.
That way? Kick that way, Tom.
Kayla not sure of the breeze. The Knights have, as you fans know in the Hunter, a pretty ordinary record in Golden Point. Maybe it's time they turn things around there. One win in something like 15 years. North Queensland, they had Golden Point twice last year, beat Penrith with a try, lost to Canterbury early in the season. And that's the overall record for the Newcastle Knights. Third time that they and North Queensland go to Golden Point. The last time was 2010, North Queensland winning both times.
Tyson Frizzell, who came off the field after 72 minutes, is back on for the Newcastle Knights for the Golden Point period.
What a fascinating game. First half all Newcastle, 12-0. And then North Queensland roaring home, but missing the easy conversion to win it. It's going to be a devastating loss for whichever team doesn't get the job done. And as we get underway, Golden Point, no points in 10 minutes. It's a point apiece on the competition ladder. But you sense something's going to happen and it mightn't take too long. So it's Jacob Saifidi first to hit it up. They're being brave, the Knights, but their job is not done. Dominant for most. Jenkins, followed up now by Leo Thompson. Inside the 30 on tackle 3. Kai Pearce-Paul has been impressive, and he's been threatening that offload all afternoon. They're not going to be close enough here with Elliott now on tackle 5. It's Gamble kicking. And remember the threat of Holmes. They don't have to get that close, North Queensland. Drinkwater.
Good start to their set. Just inside their 30. Kyle Felt with the next run and makes good meters. There's the 40-metre line. He's just dragged them forward to near halfway.
They're going to get very close if they hold on to it here, North Queensland. A chance to win the game in Golden Point. Labour, conservative run. Robson to Cotter. It's all one-out stuff as you'd expect. They're not set here. They're going to go one more as they cross the 30. Dearden, he's away. Dearden, oh, the ankle tap. But now they're close. Holmes is deep, but it comes to Townsend. He shoots. He got it. Cowboys win. Cowboys win at Golden Point. the 2 competition points. This is a big win for North Queensland.
Well, they stopped the count. The Knights getting close enough to have a shot, and it only took the Cowboys 1 set. Great run from Tommy Dearden. Chad Townsend strikes it beautifully. Never in doubt. Chase from Kalen Ponga. Great kick from Chad Townsend, but Tommy Dearden, the dummy, the quick play the ball to set it up.
What a shot there of Ponga diving, but I think Brent Tate is ready with the hero.